Hello, welcome to another episode of the GNPS. It's your boy General Janela, and I'm out here with my next guest sitting across me. That's the main man, Mr. Aichu,
Something like that.
aka DJ Teabag.
Yeah, Maggie. How you doing?
What's up, bro?
I'm all good, Dougie. I'm all good. I'm all good.
You're out here in the city with a banger right now. It's on the airways.
Yeah, no. Actually, the love for that song is pretty dope. It's pretty dope. It's pretty decent. And yeah, the city is showing a lot of love to it, especially the radio stations right now.
Yeah.
I won't mention which ones they are because I want all of them with Bangzali. But no, it's been a very good. It's a good run for the song.
Yeah.
It's a good run for the song. Yeah.
You haven't put out music, and
No.
for other people, they might think you're new to this. But you've been involved behind the scenes, bro. But we'll get to that. For now, I just want you to tell us, who is Teabag?
Yeah. Teabag is just it's actually a fan of hip hop as a culture.
Yeah.
And then just decided to be involved in the culture itself, not just specifically in one aspect. It turns out I've actually, I think I do the whole supply chain, the whole value chain in terms of hip hop. If I wanted to, I could rap, make my own beats, record myself, mix myself, master myself, play my own songs, book my own events,
marketing,
do my own marketing and all that stuff. There, but that's the part that while I was in the music, I found that I was more passionate about the behind the scenes stuff, the executive things.
Yeah.
That we're working with artists on the back end of the things.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it took me so long to release music.
Because you've been too busy with other people's work.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've had previous guests come here, and they mention that, Teabag this, Teabag that. I'm like, this dude, and I haven't even, at that time, I didn't even know you. Then obviously I started seeing you, and then lucky enough you had made you were working on something with the Skinned.
Yeah.
And so I listened, I'm like, okay, this is somebody who's really involved, because now you're not only in just behind the scenes, you're now making music.
Yeah.
Were you waiting for this time now for you to sort of now say, okay, let me start putting on some music?
I think this year I turned 30,
Yeah.
And I always told myself...
Shut up, bro. We all turning 30.
Hey, bro. Hey.
It's tough.
Yeah, shut up, man.
You got 30-year-olds running around on YouTube.
No, man. But I always told myself that was the milestone for me in terms of putting my name behind some of the music that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Before that, I'd be involved. You'd find me in the credits, but it wouldn't be something that I have my name on.
Yeah.
So I'd probably made this decision in like 22, 23.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I was so behind the scenes. And even like coming around Uskind.
Yeah.
And the whole Zulu Sapesha thing.
Yeah.
My first thing was not to do a song with them, but it was to let me see where this thing is going. Let's see how we can make this like the sound of the city, because we've had it trap before. We've had these things, and it turns out to work. If into it then it just catches on easier.
Yeah.
So but definitely last year, October time, I spoke with Uwable, and I'm like, you know what, let's just record some music.
Yeah.
And then whatever we record, we just release. We see what comes up from that. And that's when the songs came out. The I True was one of the songs that were recorded in December. And Jay were just like, no, this music needs to start coming out now.
Were you also involved in the Choice Assorted mixtape?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Which songs did you work on?
I produced Sunset Groove.
Okay.
And then I mixed and mastered the whole project. And I'm distributing it through obviously Cultured Chaos.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cultured it's yours.
Yeah, that's the company.
Okay, how long has that been around?
Since 2012. We registered 2012. There's a business partner of mine, stays up in Joburg, Umzi.
Okay.
Yeah, we stayed in raised together, and then we just decided to start the company together.
And what inspired you to, start a record label? You're not even recording yourself at that time.
Right? Before, when we were in high school and in first year, Umzi was the rapper, And then I was the producer backing Umzi, like a Jazzy Jeff, Will Smith type of situation.
Yeah.
And then you know what decided was actually he does not want to be in front of the camera. I was time to stage.
Yeah.
We put him on stage on a couple of stages with a couple of hundreds of people, in the crowd. And one and I was like, this thing is not for him.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be back end denying.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, cool. I'd already bought some recording equipment ready for him to start recording and for us to produce. So I'm like, okay, what are we going to do now? And then he's like, no, we should start a record label. But back then, I was totally against the whole record label thing.
Yeah.
Because there's just too many processes and steps involved in taking an artist from the streets and then getting them, like, as a successful record label. And access of a record label if you don't have that power yet.
That's true.
Yeah, well, so I just started working on building those connections, making those networks, building Teabag to be a name in the industry so that I could just use that messaging as something for the record label.
Yeah. I mean, so you start a studio, record label, build your own studio. Now, how do you get artists to come into that studio? I mean, because what's the studio with just a producer?
Exactly. Funny enough, I think that's always been the easiest part. I'm an artist as a camera, like I've never really gone looking for cats.
So wait, did you turn it? Was it when you started it? Did you want it to make revenue right away from the word go, or was it just a passion project?
At the beginning, it was a passion project.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the line, we tried to run it on like commercially, just recording people that needed, that would just pay to record and then paying for studio time, basically. Yeah. That just took all the passion out of it. So I was just like, now, even if Shari Papalazi, I'm not feeling this guy, I still have to record this guy because he's paid. So I just decided let me stay away from that.
Yeah.
And with the whole DJing thing at the time, I built my name around DJing. So I was playing a lot of local guys' music.
Okay.
So that's how the new guys knew me. So
that's a rare thing. Why don't DJs do that? I'm tired. Not that I'm tired, but we've been getting the all I do is win mix.
Hey, the all I do is win is
I heard them mention that on the podcast. I'm like, so they actually right. Like whenever you hear hip hop set.
It's always just
it's always the same tracks.
It's a typical set. A lot of the times all by Savage. It's to break new songs, because most of the time if you're breaking a new song, you're playing it between like all I do is win or like Sangana Kona.
Yeah.
Then you play the song and nobody's moving. Maybe 5 people are moving.
Abayaz. But that's the thing. Why can't you just be whenever I said, if I ever run out of options, I was like, I'm gonna be a DJ, and I'm just gonna be that awkward DJ that plays music you don't know.
Exactly.
But it's nice.
Funny enough, now this probably let's say I started DJing in 2009, 2010. Now let's say 2017, 2018, you get a whole range of the Catronata types of people where they're just playing an eclectic, like an alternative type of music, and that's become its own culture.
Yeah.
It's
got its own audience.
It's got its own audience. So I think what DJ, they just don't have that. They just, because first of all, lifestyle, and you want to be a part of the lifestyle, bro.
Yo, ladies, cut that shit out.
Dude. So it's, whenever I used to do it, I'd always tell myself, you can sacrifice a verse and a chorus.
Yeah.
In your set. It's sacrifice 2 minutes when people aren't going to be dancing. Yeah, but
Justin.
And
I always like to encourage artists to think, if you had a DJ, if you're an artist, you more or less kind of need somebody who's a club DJ who goes out to the club, and
you need somebody
they always hook up your shit on their side. So when you make your music, make it easy for them to access that or to do something with it.
Even though a lot of the times I'm an artist who will have, let's say out of 3 songs that they want to submit or want to get played, the 2 are just their favorite songs because or something like that. But it's just not something that's going to be consumed by a band.
Yeah.
But it'll be something that they hear once and buying.
Yeah.
Even with, for example, with the iTrue, in the studio, there's a lot flyer songs. There's songs that are a lot flyer than that song.
They know iTrue.
They know iTrue, but nothing bangs like iTrue.
Yeah.
And that's what I want.
It's simple. It's catchy.
It's exactly
Yeah.
first line like of Celestial Mike's verse. Everybody turns and is like, "Oh, he Lenag." Sometimes you just need that, bruh. Step away from the notebook and thinking cool and just say some. I just want to say dumb shit.
Yeah.
Say some dumb shit, and then if it makes you happy in the studio, I record it and see what happens.
It's
right?
surely gonna make somebody dance out there.
Exactly. And Gubalula to hound the DJ, then Naime like as we would like I know from the first time he hears it, it blind
Okay,
and
yo.
shine this. No, I can put myself behind this.
And
Yeah.
even with the beat, it's kind of simple. It's not
Super
too
simple.
layered.
So I even told Celestial while he was making the beat, I told him stop adding stuff.
Yeah.
This beat, he writes, and yeah, then he just we dropped it like that.
So I mean, is that going to be DJ Teabag sound, or should we not define you just by Waichu?
Yeah, not quite yet. But I will say that a sound that I probably would be adopting is the Zusapeshaya.
Yeah.
That whole wave, but just in different, giving it to people in different packages.
Yeah.
Well,
So do you have any residences here? Because like, you know, I get curious. Like, you know, we have places that open up late at night, and you know, I wonder.
no, my residency days are gone. They behind me. Thank God for today. Yo, being a resident going king up because
Why is it a problem?
you're tied to a specific place, yeah, bro. And they'll end up becoming like habits that you pick up, and then you'll have that situation where, okay, now you want to play other people's music, but because like the promoters, they're so familiar with you, it's easy to say, cut that shit out. It's easier to approach you and say, stop doing that, than it is for a mood that's booked once in a while.
Yeah.
So it just becomes the hassle, and it just starts feeling like a full-time job, Nakon.
Yeah.
But for checks, for like paying the rent and stuff like that, no, bigger resident it works. It works for that. It works for that.
I can imagine.
It works out for that.
You know, I wanted Yashna told me the story when she came here that she used to buy beats on the internet.
Yes.
And she would bring them to you
Mm.
for you to obviously produce, mix and master.
Yep. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, like, aren't you that type of producer who has a problem with that, or you were like,
Nah, I don't have a problem with that, man. I don't have a problem with that at all. The only problem I have is with instrumentals of songs that have already been released.
yeah,
Because, okay, I can get the whole number 2010 mixtape culture where you're just rapping on beats that... And if you're going to do it like that, it must be for that.
yeah,
But I would say, when because you can't find beats or rapper, all I do is read the hustle hard.
trying to put your verses on shine using
Because
other
how
people's.
are we going to sell that? No matter then we'll find somebody on SoundCloud selling beats. And Ashna was actually like paying for the beats and like getting the licenses for the stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, well, so it was just go to producer organ.
And why don't you advise the girl, like, yo, stop doing that?
I told her I told her what, you know, these are some of the producers that you can link up with. Yeah, well, she linked up with them, but she always kept going back to that dude.
Yeah,
She'd always get beats from that dude.
I don't know. He said his name, but he's from Hungary. That's the
Yeah, it's
only-
from Hungary. There, Shorty Chris. Yeah, it's from Hungary. So it's pretty interesting.
Well, that was an interesting story for me. And now it brings me to one thing, you know. Everyone, you weren't born Teabag. You didn't wake up today, you know. Life growing up, bro. How was life growing up? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a couple of places.
Yeah,
I was born in Pingo.
yeah,
Grew up till I was like 6. First Loras in Ekoi. 6, came back here 6 to about 10, 11. I was in Marion Hill.
yeah.
And then from 11 till about 18 in New Germany, Pine Sound. And then, yeah, after that, the family moved back to Joburg, and then I stayed behind. Yeah, but growing up, it was pretty cool. It was I don't have those struggle stories that make rappers. Yeah, well, nah, like.
But what I want to find out by going there is that how far does your love for hip hop? Where does your love for hip hop come from? Yeah. Throughout that whole phase.
I'd have to say 11 when we moved to New Germany.
Yeah.
That's when everything began.
How does that happen?
A friend of mine, my older brother, he was a house producer, and he had friends. One of his friends was a hip hop DJ, Ulab. So
shit. DJ Lab.
Yeah, DJ Lab.
Okay.
So a lot of the time the Lab would be at the crib, coming to visit Uponasekaya, and my parents were very liberal at the time. So even now, so they let the guys take the car, go to the gig wherever they're going, and if there's 7 DJs in UTM and there's only one car, and half of the time Lab would leave his DJ bag in my brother's car. So I'd grab a CD, pop it in, and be like, okay, this is dope. Yeah, well, this is nice. What the fuck?
So what do you find in DJ Lab's bag?
It's a DJ bag, so there's everything. I think that's why my taste for music it's not like from a specific coast or like Tandi Gangsta. No, Tandi New Boom Bap or whatever. Because they'd be you find a CD where you have Talib Kweli, you have Mos Def on the MOP, and then Mystical on the same CD.
It's a whole mixture.
It's a whole mixture, and I'm just like, I fuck with whatever this shit is.
Yeah. And
then I think when MOP came out, and I saw the video, he cold as ice.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, this is actually what I was.
That's the shit.
This is what I like. I like this type of shit. And it was around the time hip hop was still pretty new. There was Kwaito, hip hop and Kwaito were very synonymous, but then there was that Yamanik, hip hop Yamanik.
When you look around you, the closest thing you could find was Kwaito.
Yeah. Yeah, was it quite? But these guys aren't quite rhyming like these guys.
Yeah, sometimes it's off key.
Yeah, it's just like it's hip hop. That's when definitely I think that's what I knew it was hip hop.
Yeah,
and then like 12, 13, I wrote my first verse, and after that I was like, it's over now.
And what does your big bro say when you're choosing a different
part to him?
He's into house and. Wait.
Him and Lab also did some hip hop. So I think that's another thing that I saw with how I'm out. Like they're actually doing this hip hop thing around me. And then when he decided to, fuck this hip hop stuff, push your house full time.
Yeah,
I was like, there's a gap.
It's a gap.
There's an opportunity right there. I took his Fruity Loops. All the samples he was using to make the hip hop beats for Lab or whatever they were doing. I just started using those samples, making beats from those things.
So you also taught Fruity Loops yourself?
Yeah.
You learned it on your own?
I had to.
I'm yet to meet a black person that said, I had to go to school to learn how to produce music.
Nah, bro. You get a couple of Fruity Loops and you just start clicking.
You just start cooking up something.
And I think 15, 16, I was introduced to the battle rap scene at Cent.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that, I actually prefer being in the audience.
Yeah, those were the days, man.
Yeah, dude.
I'm so sad that died.
I don't know why the Cypher died.
Why?
I don't know why. I don't know. The kids must tell.
What would it take for that to come back, though?
It's just a location. Just a spot where people can come.
Yo, if there's a spot out there, if you got a spot and you're a fan of hip hop,
you don't mind people smoking weed in your spot.
Yeah, man. If you're into hip hop, the culture.
Yeah.
If you don't mind having the hip hop culture live in your venue,
then it's the best. Then
hit us up, man. We live in different times now. We got the internet,
And that was the thing. The internet boom in hip hop, like I'd say 2012 to 2016. It took people off the streets and put them onto on social media, on the internet. So now rappers were rappers
on social
media.
Nobody wants to rap on the streets.
Exactly. And I don't know if there was less fearing judgment or whatever, but because ciphers got brutal. If you were working a cipher, you would know about it. You would know what I'm a skills at me. The people don't like that.
But that's good, man. I mean, I even say it doesn't even have to be a battle. A battle type of situation. It could just be a cipher. Just you
drop in a verse.
Just come in. We play a beat. DJ like you. I mean, you make beats. How many beats you just have just laying around?
Yeah, but I got a couple.
And we bring rappers together somewhere, and you just come in and just do your shit.
Literally, that's all that's missing right now.
Hell, you can even write your shit. You don't even have to freestyle.
Nobody cares about that anymore.
We're not gonna put pressure on
Nobody
you.
cares about
But if
that
you want to
anymore.
freestyle, hey,
Which you still should be able to freestyle.
Yeah.
I still mess with rappers that can freestyle.
it's
very
a good,
well.
it's a good skill for
Yeah,
rap.
but it's fun.
Yeah,
It's like nobody's expecting what you're gonna say next. It's pretty fun. But the hip hop has moved back to a time where now there's so many lyrical guys even behind the autotune. I was chatting with a friend of mine at one of the Saso's houses, and he's like, he never thought he'd be singing like melodically some of the hardest shit like he ever has in his life. So you'll find him in his car. He's got Roddy Rich on, and he's singing. He's got all these hard lyrics behind all these melodies and stuff like that. Now you have your Celestial Mics, you have your Dandos, you have your Skindies, you have all this new wave of actually lyrical rappers that if you were to put them into a room and just like beats, people would react the same way I think they reacted to that.
yeah. I would definitely need to bring that up. And I just wanted to ask you this. If you look at hip hop here, not Durban, but like South Africa as a whole, do you feel that the people involved are doing enough to transform the game, expand the game, in the sense that we get more new, fresh talent coming in?
Nah. I think everybody currently is very worried about what their own pocket looks like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so it's difficult to give everything that you can to somebody else or to other people when at the back of the head you're worried that might lead to my demise.
Yeah. But why we gotta look at like why you
You
gotta
shouldn't
look
be
at
looking at it
that?
like that. I don't think you should be looking at it like that. A lot of the times where I'll have conflict with people in the industry, the behind the scenes of the industry is that we all know Celestial Mike is dope.
Yeah.
We all know that dude, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But why aren't you doing your part to take that to the next level?
Yeah.
Because they have their own artists that they're trying to take to that level, and even though we all can see that the mic is a lot closer for the city or for this SA hip hop, they would still rather push their own people. Yeah, well, that's like people like Loki. Loki was never really accepted by the industry. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
even though everybody knows what's him.
When Killer Combo came out, okay, fine, it's a dope joint. Everyone is going crazy, but like, the amount of people that were going crazy about Loki
specifically.
it was shocking. I was like, this
talent. Like the song was just Loki no KO.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like. It just started feeling like that.
No disrespect to
all.
the other guys on there.
And like Loki was the type of person that ended up buying his own studio equipment, got his producer, and just started doing everything himself because it was difficult to plug into the industry.
Yeah, nobody wanted to let him in.
Yeah, nobody wanted to let him in.
With me, like that's common. We've been complaining. And I feel like it's time to bring change. Yeah. It's time to. I was speaking to that man over there earlier. And he was telling me like, we need to rebrand Durban.
That's exactly that's definitely the case.
We need to rebrand Durban. Like, Durban needs a revamp.
It's a reboot. We need to. It's because the identity is gone. Yeah, well, we don't know if you were to describe Durban hip hop, we wouldn't know where to begin.
Never mind Durban hip hop. What is Durban known for? We're known just as a holiday destination.
Yeah, tourist sites.
It's a place you go chill. And Joburg is known as the heart of the entertainment industry or music industry. But most of the talent, if you look back and you trace where they came from, majority, they came from this side.
The bulk of them.
A huge chunk of SA's talent.
Producers. Especially the producers. Like, Stanger, Mbangeni. Outskirts, KZN, surrounding areas, bro.
A lot.
All like, Durban is a if you work, you don't make it place. So, I want to in their bedrooms and stuff like that. They work so hard. They get so far ahead
Yeah.
without experiencing the rest of the industry. Yabo. So by the time Umplaka Lomuntu was giving you like 6-7 beats,
Yeah.
but instead of empowering, a lot of the times, even like the hubs, the Joburg, the industry players from Joburg want to tap in and then ship out and export. That's anybody that has had a buzz in Durban. You have your circuit in Joburg, and every single place that you go to, they're telling you, yo, you should come to Joburg, dog.
Yeah.
Yo, Joburg is where you need to be. And if you have 8-9 people telling you the same thing, and they're getting you certain places in entertainment and like equally, you start thinking, okay, actually maybe Joburg is the place.
I do need to be in Joburg.
Yeah, but once you're a Joburger, it changes for people.
It's different.
It's different. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
And then they come looking for the next best thing in Durban.
It's like I always say they treating us like a mine. It's
it
like
is a mine, bro.
And we also we behaving like we're not behaving like diamonds that we are. We behaving like what's the right word? Who gets excited about being picked?
The kid that never gets picked. That's
you know we out here going, okay, pick me.
Everybody's happy to be here.
No, that's gotta change now. If somebody comes from out there, it's like, yo, can't we do what you say we want to do with me here? Because I already have this going for me here.
Exactly.
So now with the advancement of the internet, we have the ability to sort of create those kind of avenues or those kind of means for a talent to say, yo, Durban, I got this going for me. Will I have that in Joburg? No. So hence I'm staying. So we've been complaining, so it's time to change that.
It's really time to act now. It's just time for everybody in whatever you represent just to move in the similar direction of what's it. But the problem is, another thing is that you have no aspirations of what's it. You gotta be number one.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to be number one, bro. So it's difficult. I want to be at number one.
Some people are not satisfied with being there.
Yeah, they're not satisfied with being there.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, okay, cool. Us getting song and then compete amongst each other. But things like this that's why things like this are so important, because you can have old Durban artists on an old Durban podcast watched by old Durban people, and it builds that culture where that could then plug into somebody else. Let's say a DJ comes in and is like, okay, cool, he's coming here, he's promoting himself, he posts whatever he's posting to a Joburg audience.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the internet, about social media, is that you take something small and you're showing it to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because eventually more and more people will be interested in it. Next thing you know, you've got like every time we're doing a show, at least there's 500 people.
True.
Yeah, well, each paying 50 rand. That's money in somebody's pocket. Yeah,
and we all got to start somewhere. Like even with the artists, like fine, you're working hard, the music is great, but like you as yourself, you got to understand that you're a brand.
Yeah.
You can't wait for a record label to come define you.
No.
And then you believe you're a brand.
That's when they'll screw you over.
Exactly. So from the word go, I like to encourage like people that are on the come up and whatever, see yourself as a brand and treat yourself as such, even though you're not as big as you would like to be, but that's where you headed.
Exactly. But like my thing is, what is big? Like, yeah, like what is really big? Because a lot of people think I'm big, and I think I live a very ordinary life. I just know a lot of people. You're
still able to walk around freely.
Yeah, and that's the biggest part of what people call fame. That's my challenge with it, is that I like to live the life. I mean, I don't like things. Now I can't do this. I can't be seen with these people now because it's not a good look for whatever the brand is they're ever trying to sell me in terms of situations like that.
And with that being said, you're absolutely correct. Also, by being yourself, you get to define yourself as a brand.
Yes.
Because then you don't have to keep up with appearances. If you are you,
Your brand could be that you don't keep up with the appearances.
Yeah.
And if we sell it consistently enough, they'll buy into it.
They have no choice.
Yeah.
You know?
What people, another thing that I think I'm an artist, especially the Durban artist, is it ties into what you're saying of Uguti. Okay, you're an up and coming artist. You're still grinding on whatever the words that they're using now. Find out like the schedule of a major label artist or a famous or a successful artist. Find out what is involved in their day-to-day or monthly calendar.
Yeah.
And start treating yourself accordingly.
Yeah.
You know, start looking at your social media. Stop posting yourself on with the bags of the lean. If you're still trying to get a sponsor from a Coca-Cola, because they're gonna look at you and be like, no, this kid is leaned up.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna feel like the industry is against you, but you're attacking it from a different, the wrong angle.
You're absolutely correct. Like, you know, I like, we cannot deny the fact that, you know, the culture obviously comes from somewhere. The influence comes from obviously the States. But you have to understand the dynamics are different once you bring that culture here.
Yes. The culture is different.
The society here and the society there
is different.
It's different. So fine, you bring that here, but find a way to do it here. Don't do the same thing. So when you tell somebody, stop posting pictures of you with, you know, a whole lot of alcohol, when you're not even at a point where people that you want to go into business to will avoid that.
Exactly.
And not use it against you.
And the crazy thing about business is that, let's say, the bigger you get, the less people mind you posting alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, once you're big enough, you can smoke your weed on your Instagram, on your feed.
No one's gonna flip.
Nobody's gonna care. It's like, okay, it's this guy. But while you're getting to that point, you can't be all, unless you consistently pushing that as that is your brand, which is what's going to make your journey a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so it's finding out some reference points, working on that, and then directing yourself to where you want to. Like I had, there was Steve Stout, Chris Lighty, and then Damon Dash. Those are the three people I was following on the moves they were making.
They're making.
Yeah, well, how are they doing their thing? Okay, Damon Dash is a firecracker.
Yeah.
And like
he's a loose cannon.
He's a loose cannon. So as long as he's got some good traits, but that's not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Well, then you have other people. So you learn from people that are in the spaces that you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a lot easier for rappers, especially rappers actually.
What role do you want to play in SA hip hop as per se?
A&R.
If
A&R and specializing in artist development.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting somebody that doesn't know what a bar is, but is getting that person to know how to write a verse properly. After that, how are you recording this verse?
Yeah.
How long is it taking you to record this verse? Things like that. I'm very much passionate about finding the things that you, as an artist, need, and then I use my network of people to say, okay, cool, that's what this person can get that for you. This person can get that for you. This person can get this for you, so that you're equipped.
Yeah.
And then we take you, and then we'll sell you to a Sony or a Universal or whatever it is that you want to do at the time.
Right now, here, who's doing that on a scale that you say they're doing well in terms of the quality of the talent that they bringing out, and obviously,
and it'll be a controversial one for some people, but it makes sense for me because on the
I don't care about you have the opportunity
the
to
social media
it.
side.
You have the opportunity to explain yourself.
In SA, ambitious,
Wow.
Ambitious entertainment.
I thought you were not gonna go there.
I had to go there,
but absolutely.
Because I remember a time where I was seeing MT's music video pop up on my Facebook as an ad. For the longest time, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know what the hell they were doing. But it was MT, and there was always Saudi featured. It was still being produced by Uraf.
Yeah.
So from the get-go, they kept promoting the same thing. There's one of the ladies that managed them used to call us up all the time when I was still producing the show for Ulab on the Kakas.
Yeah.
They'd call us all the time, yo, these guys are coming down. Is it possible to get some time in? They were doing all the basic steps of a record label and running it like an actual record label.
And
like
they're still on the come up.
And they're still on the come up, yo. And then they were probably pushing 4 artists at that time. And all those artists ended up becoming industry players in hip hop in South Africa.
Look where they are now.
Exactly, to the point where they could fight at that level for those type of things. You know, it's you at that level. You've been compared to a flippin' Ghetto Rough, and you're not even that old. You've been compared to all these big ass record labels.
They knew, bro.
They knew, and they're still doing it. The Black Diamond now. Yeah, so.
Listen, bro. When Usjava sold out the first concert in was it Pretoria or Joburg?
Oh, I think it was Sun Arena. Yeah, Pretoria, I guess.
When he sold out, I was like, okay,
they knew how much.
we're on to something.
Yeah.
And they said ICC.
Yeah.
That shit sold out in no time.
Yeah.
They had to. The audience. No, listen. The audience asked. They requested a second day.
In
the history of South Africa, I don't remember that shit happening.
Dude, the only person I can think of that was Lil Wayne. Those choppers at Lil Wayne levels, bro. And it's from a record label. It's from a record label that we all knew late in the game. But now they're like an industry player. They're Imabala tried, and Imabala didn't quite get to us.
Ambitious, man. Like, if you look at Black Diamond, they have 2 solid albums.
2.
Who do you think is selling out a venue, a major venue next?
Bro, the process is just the process. Yeah, but it works.
It works.
It's something
bro.
that they've proven to work.
It works.
The contracts.
Yeah.
But
I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we could say what we want. But when MT, I'll speak on it. I don't know the ins and outs around the situation with MT, but from what I can say is that the MT that Ambitious signed obviously wasn't the same MT at the point when they they parted ways.
Yeah.
And it's just on when I look at it, it's just like MT when they met him Ambitious, he was just a kid who just wanted to make music. I say that because I've met, like, since I started doing the podcast, I've met kids that just want to do music.
Yeah.
They don't know about the business, like the copyrights thing, registering and all. They don't care about. They want to put that shit out.
One of the artists you've actually had here, I won't give name and shame, but we've had a conversation with him where he's like, and he's been doing this probably for more than 8 years.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's never seen a royalty check. He's never seen any money come from Samro.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a part of his rap career that he cares about. He doesn't care about that.
He
doesn't, like, it's he was laughing it off. He was like, it was funny for him, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't even have songs that are promoted out there, but because of credits, like, there'll be songs where I've done 8% of the work, or I've been given 8% of the royalties, but I've still seen like 2,500, 3,000 rand from a Samro from just one song. So I'm like, that stresses me out. That's the part of the thing that stresses me out. I think that's why I decided to focus more on that. It was okay, fine. Rap as hard as you want. Give me the product, and then let me facilitate what needs to happen from this thing.
Yeah, and I think that's it. That's important because it's like it's another thing that artists don't concern themselves really about as to, okay, fine, even though your shit is registered, like it's still your responsibility to make sure you get that paper.
I was actually called Samurai. There was a dispute I had with one of the songs that I produced for Dream Team. They added Umuzi and Trevor had come on as additional producers on the thing, but I wasn't notified, ever. So, and at that time they were
that changed the split.
It changed the splits. Yeah, it changes how much I'm supposed to get.
Yeah.
They were fine. The money is not the problem. It's just the principle of it. And then there was a time where after they signed to Sony, I stopped getting the royalties from that song. So I called up Samurai and I'm like, what the hell is going on here, bro?
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, bro, that belongs to Sony. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not signed to Sony. I didn't give away any of my rights. And there had to be a dispute lodged and there was an investigation. But eventually then we got properly credited for the song. But yeah, bro.
Wait, so now if you were just kid that just liked to make music,
I would have been screwed
Sony
up.
would have scooped that shit up and
Scooped it. It would have been gone. It would have been theirs.
damn. Damn. The music business is tough.
Hey, the
dog.
business side is rough, bro. The business side doesn't care about talent.
It's tough.
Hey, dude.
It's tough, and like even with me by myself, there's still things that I don't understand. Like for instance, okay, I put out the music, get it registered, credits, we sign off. Whoever I worked with, gets X amount. Now, when do I start claiming?
Start claiming.
Or is there such a thing? Do I?
No.
Do I
Like, not like a process. You file in a form. And say, this is the
exactly. When, because I imagine this. Like, I'm an artist. I make music. You're my producer, and we get so and so to feature on the song. Do all those kind of things. Fill in those forms to sort that out. Because we know. Well, it's common knowledge now that if you make music, you gotta register it. Get copyrights and all those kind of issues. Right.
Now you've done all that.
Now
Everybody's signed. You've submitted.
And okay, we also after that we submitted on radio, and then voila, they played on radio.
You'll be getting your
now
check. This is if your song was playing radio this year.
Yeah.
You'll get your check next year in June.
So if I don't get a check in June,
call Samro. You tell them, listen.
So you're saying the waiting period should be a year?
Yeah, from registration, the songs that get played this year, you get money for them the following year.
Now, we're living in digital times now. So with the streams now, how do I get paid for the streams?
Oh, that's the beauty of they're called aggregators.
Yeah.
So it's basically just a third party. There's iTunes, there's all the digital stores, then there's your TuneCores, there's the DistroKid that sends all your stuff to those stores. And then those stores pay for every time the song is used, is streamed, or every time the song is used, they pay a specific percentage or whatever. 12 cents. I think it's 12 cents on Apple Music per stream.
Yeah.
So you log on to DistroKid. DistroKid tells you that your song has been played 5,000 times, and it's about 600 Rand or something like that. And then you withdraw the money from DistroKid. But when you want the money for the streams on the royalty side, the publishing side, you'll get that the following year from Samro. Because you get paid twice for your song. You get paid for the master recording being used, and you get paid for the performance.
Okay.
So the recording being used while the song is playing is basically like the artist is performing.
Oh, okay.
So the performance money you get the following year
from Samro.
So
if I then don't, DistroKid tells me my song's been played this much, let's leave out radio. And DistroKid pays me, fine, and Samro doesn't pay me.
And you can take the spreadsheet from DistroKid and say, listen, DistroKid as a licensed user of music, basically like as a venue or as a club. DistroKid as a club has played my song this many times, or I've performed 5,000 times at DistroKid. Where is the money for my performances from Samro? Then you submit the Excel sheet to Samro or Capasso. It would be Capasso if we're talking about streaming. Yeah. You submit your thing to Capasso. They check it against the works that you've notified them that you have. Yep, yeah, boom, and then you get your money.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot of admin follow-up. Follow-up on the admin side. Which is like, we need, the same way we need a lot of visual mediums.
Yeah.
We need a lot of publishing. We need a lot of administrative.
We need
people.
Education, bro.
Education is also
like
key.
The info that you just dropped. It's not info that you can find anyway.
Yeah, it's
especially being delivered by a person you could literally walk across, like bump into and be like, yo, can you just explain what we're talking about on the platform? That type of vibe.
But I think that's the whole thing. Outside of the Teabag being like an artist or recording, or like an artist or a performing artist, that's the role that I tend to play at Culture Chaos.
Yeah.
Where Ulungalo will come in and be like, dude, I will send him. Let's say I'm always on the internet, so I'll find a form like an application form, like for the music Imbizo.
Yeah.
Get an application form for the Imbizo, send it to him. He's like, aware. He registers, comes back later. Oh no, actually, I've been chosen to perform at the thing. Comes back a couple of months later. He's like, I'm thinking of using a band. Then okay, cool. If you're using a band, then don't give them the guidance on that. Don't perform the songs the same way, A, B, and C and D. Check that out. And then obviously people will start calling him and be like, hey, yo, this person is saying this. They're offering A, B, C, and D. I'm like, if this is what it means.
Yeah.
So if you're okay with it, go for it. If not, then it's fine. You can just try find something else later.
Yeah.
Like another example was with Yashna. Like Warner wanted to sign her after.
Warner Music.
Yeah, wanted to sign her after the sketchy bongo.
after we were on fire.
Yeah, after On Fire. And I was like, for me, it's as a recording artist, if you're gonna sign to a major label, just know what it says that they're taking. And if you're okay with that, go ahead and sign. They'll do a lot for you. That will just take you a lot longer.
But I mean, oh my God!
And it's 5 years of your career.
Yo,
You give away 5 years of your career to perform all around Europe.
No.
then we're gonna do it this way, you know? Then we're gonna do it the other way. But we
gotta. I'd rather go chasing after Samro.
Yeah, I'd rather chase after Samro, dog. I'd rather chase booking agents that are in Europe and then get there ourselves, you know?
Yeah.
But it's I think you're correct. A lot of the information, a lot of the stuff in between is what artists
don't know,
and they don't have a place to get it.
Yeah.
In the way that they understand it, because a lot of workshops they happen, but they speak business terminology.
Yeah.
So now if you're speaking business terminology,
and maybe even the access, you don't have the means to access
those type of things.
So with the music Imbizo, are you involved behind the scenes, or you one of the?
I assist from time to time if they ask me for, but I'm not involved in the program at all.
Okay, so can you tell us what's the whole goal and what's the purpose of music Imbizo?
It basically takes the industry from all around the world and puts it in front of you, basically. And I'd say Imbizo, as much as it's there to educate people, it's also a very good place to launch any business ideas, any things that you feel will take your career forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's literally you could be sitting with the last Imbizo. There was the guy that runs the African Creative Agency. That's the people that took on UNSDC.
Okay.
Yeah, well, and those are the people that you see the moves, like the major laser, all the moves that are being made. It's major ass moves by a company that's like at an international standard.
Yeah.
There was Rafael Ubenzo, the guy that works with AKA and stuff like that. They all within the corridor here, like everybody's passing you.
You know, they're also there.
They're also
music
there.
Imbizo.
So it's about how you shoot your shot. Over and above that, all the delegates and the speakers from the Imbizo get taken to events where if you've submitted and you registered to showcase and you get accepted, you performing in front of Benzo, you performing in front of industry leaders. You got Amanda Black giving a workshop on songwriting.
Yeah.
You know, right after that you can slip her a song of yours.
Yeah.
It just brings your opportunity, it brings your lucky breaks a lot closer.
So basically it's a place where if you are an artist and you're really serious about your music.
Yeah.
It's a place that you need to get yourself to.
You have to. You need to.
Now, I know maybe you're the wrong person to speak about this, but this question will probably lead me to the right person. If you are not the right person.
Yeah.
So is there an opportunity for people such as myself? Because I think that's a great initiative. Where we could broaden the message and not just let it stay there on that day when the actual Imbizo is happening, so that it's online, people can access this anytime, because it's not every artist that can get themselves there. And
I get what you mean.
Is there an opportunity for that, for such avenue?
Almost definitely. Spare, the guy that runs it, he's super open to collaboration and he's looking for as much coverage as possible.
Yeah.
Well, and there's a number of ways you can do it. It depends on how you approach it, Jabo.
Yeah.
Because with this, if you guys talk about like doing this there,
Yeah.
that would actually be an incredible thing for people to see.
Yeah, because like I'm getting an idea now.
Mm.
It's like, yo, you telling me about this. I'm like, that's a right spot to have. Because I've been thinking about, having like taking the podcast outside of all this. Taking it to the public, into public spaces.
That would be pretty dope. You can even you can book. There's stalls that there you can book to exhibit.
Yeah.
That will give you, like, let's say it'll be this table and whatever you're pushing will be here. And all the people that I'm talking about are just walking up and down. Yeah,
no, shout out.
I'm
Hey,
telling you.
Well,
and especially with you guys putting so much, like a stamp on the touch points of the artists that you're working with. When they're there, they'll come to the stall, and then other people are just attracted to that shit.
Yeah.
There.
I mean, we do need to. And not only just for us, but like, with me, I feel like there's a lot that we can do here. And there's a lot that hasn't been done here. And I'm like, it's just a matter of, being at the right time, right places, being with the right people as well.
For sure.
And there's an opportunity for that. I mean, you are quite a player in the industry. Fuck what anyone says. The knowledge that you possess, that's priceless. For me, if I was an up-and-coming artist, like, yo, that's the nigga I need to stick with.
Sure.
Because this nigga's going to help me navigate these murky waters.
I get it.
Because, I mean, when a Warner Music pulls up at your doorstep,
yeah,
you need a Teabag that's going to tell you, what are they saying?
True. True.
You don't need a general who's going to tell you, yo, it's Warner Music. Take it.
Get in there. yeah. You just need to know. You need to just equip yourself with that. But it comes from people. We all get interested in different things. We're all passionate about different aspects of it, and it just so happens it's collecting the knowledge on that side. Because when was it? In 2007. I entered some Levi competitions to remix some song from some people that were overseas. Was it overseas or in Joburg? In Joburg. Sorry, my man.
No, it's chill.
So now, I win the competition. They fly me up, and then there was a cash prize. They give me the cash prize, and then they're like, "But yo, we need the masters and the rights for the song, bro." And I'm 17, and I'm just like, it's MTN. I'm thinking MTN is gonna give me a whole lot of money for this. And they're like, no, because it's a competition, and you've already won this prize money.
Wait, now, at that point, do you know about music rights and all that?
Yeah, from my brother.
Yeah.
I've seen my brother go through some disputes with people as well, So I was just like, I came from the right place.
Shout out to your bro, man.
Hey, bro.
Shout out to your bro. He played his role.
He played his part. Like, I saw a lot of the industry from him.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, dude, I think I'm going to have to get paid for the song. This money is for me winning the competition. But I know that I'm supposed to get something for the song. And then they're like, nah, it's not how it works, because MTN is they're starting it was MTN Play. I think it was the beginning of MTN Play. And I was going to be signed under WHP.
Yeah.
And then his record label, his thing was going to be facilitating MTN Play. And I'm like, what does this have to do with WHP? So I was like, nah, actually, it's fine.
Was WHP even part of the advertising?
Nothing at all, bro. It was just that MTN Play was launching, and they were going to use WHP as their lead, whatever. And as a kid, I didn't understand it. And then I was just like, let me just take these 10 racks and let me get out of here. And I think that was my first experience with wanting to be signed for something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nah.
Not for you.
It's not for me.
And just like that, I mean, you let go of
I was like
being signed under WHP.
It wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna work. Like I said, I've never been hungry for the blow up. I've been hungry for sitting at the back and looking at the success of like what we've done. Very much like the Rockefeller, like the Damon Dash type of Jay-Z situation, where they're like, no, people want to pay us money. People don't want to pay us money to wear their clothes. So let's make our own clothes.
But they want us to wear them.
But they want us to wear them.
They want us to wear them
They want us
put them in our music.
in our videos and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've had this argument with a lot of people. It's like, why you gotta rap about a Gucci? We got local brands. Hello.
Yeah.
The luxury brands like to Mama Clothes. Why don't you rap about that,
bro? And also, it's somebody that you have more direct access to than you would to Gucci, and be like, yo, listen, music video, and here's my catalog. I've mentioned you about 10 times.
Listen,
in every song.
If and no brainer, a Casper puts a line about Latuma Makos, and it so happens, hypothetically speaking, it so happens that Ulatuma is a fan of Casper music. What do you think is gonna happen after that,
bro? Something good. Something good for Casper, I'll tell you that.
Even for Ulatuma.
That's the creative business. That's the creative business.
And that's one thing that we don't understand here, that, by you shining, it doesn't mean people around you shouldn't shine.
You shine you shine harder when the people around you
and
are
that's
shining.
how we corner the market. It's no joke that the music industry, like the taxi business, is maintained by the black people.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Especially because KZN is the consumer capital of South Africa.
Absolutely, bro.
That's why all of us are still trying to come eThekwini, because
listen, if you loved in Durban,
you make a living. If you loved in Durban, you're buying that Benz.
In December, how many events did we have?
Yeah. Dude.
And I was so bummed out that it's artists from Joburg that were headlining those events.
Yeah.
Promoters, we need to change that. No offense to Joburg niggas.
Nah. Everybody's getting their check, but we need to check too.
We also hungry out here.
Yeah. Definitely.
Things are about to change. Durban is not going to be the same. This thing, I like it when they say we lazy on this side. I'm like, yo, keep thinking like that.
Because then you're not worried about us.
Yeah, keep thinking of that. Yeah. Keep thinking like that. 5-10 years from now, we're not talking now. I don't care about now. 10 years from now.
Yeah, it's going to be something different. I'm thinking, actually, even 3 years. 3 years from now, things are going to be different.
We're going to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Teabag, there's not enough time for a man like you,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, on this podcast, we only got you're trying to keep it under an hour.
Cool.
But then that leaves the door open for you to come back.
Sure.
Thank you for showing up.
Definitely.
You were busy, man.
Hit it out now. Yeah. Just on the last parting, get iTrue out there. Teabag CC featuring Uskeen, Dando, Celestial Mike, all digital platforms. Just search Teabag CC, it'll pop up there. Get it in.
Anything else from Teabag that we can expect this year?
We've got next month. We've got first week of March. We've got
Cultured Chaos.
A Cultured Chaos release. Another 4 songs. These ones are all featuring Ulungelo Manzi.
Yeah.
But it's in a way that nobody's ever heard Lungelo Manzi before. It's on Audio Sims beats. It's on upbeat stuff. But he's doing his sad boy things on that. Yeah. Hand of God 3 from Celestial Mike is in the process. Black Dog 3 with Lungelo Manzi is in the pipelines. There's a 16-year-old that we've got in the pipelines, Leon Yago.
Yeah.
He's coming up. He'll be something that we'll be introducing this year.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Man, your niggas are busy.
We try to be, Doug. Try to be.
I was thinking of sending people your way because, there's a lot of people that,
that's cool. That's why, every Sunday, what we do is we open up, well, not tomorrow, but every Sunday we open up the studio. And a part of it, and outside of the production, a part of it is to expose, newer or other artists in Durban, because a lot of the processes that they use aren't very refined.
Yeah.
So Ubone will see, this is how people get a song from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Uskind, he did his first radio interview off of on a commercial radio station off of iTrue.
Yeah.
And it was just him being on the song, he was automatically in there.
Plugged in.
Yeah, so the pipeline, even if you come through and you drop an 8-bar verse and you disappear for 2 months, the 3rd month we could be calling you up to say, this song is being released and it's actually going to be published in Swaziland or something like that.
Yeah.
So it exposes people to
There's a lot of avenues.
Yeah, to the and that's what people need to know and need to understand about the music, and specifically because hip hop is what the culture that we're in. You can make a living off of hip hop in many different ways.
Yo, now that we had this conversation, there's a lot that we need to talk about.
Aye.
Other than that, catch us next time. It's been real. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at GNPS_podcast. You could follow me on Instagram at general_Njiniela. On Twitter, it's at general_Njini. You can follow my homeboy behind the camera. He's tweeting there at tinyfilms_. Peace, man.
Nice.
Catch us next time.